Jaime Reyes' Blue Beetle is a relatively new character compared to the heavy hitters in the DC universe, first being introduced in 2006. Created by Keith Giffen, John Rogers, and Cully Hamner, the character of Jaime Reyes has quickly become a fan favorite among comic book readers, with the Blue Beetle film on the horizon alongside James Gunn's DC reboot after the Flash movie. Introducing a character like Blue Beetle would be the perfect fit for the future of the DC universe. So the film is completely disconnected, so it can perfectly fit in with James Gunn's vision for the DC universe, as this was stated by James Gunn himself back when the DCU announcement for his Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters was first revealed to us, and how Blue Beetle just kind of is its own thing, and that whether it would fit in with the old DCU or the new one, it could perfectly fit in there. Back when the casting was first revealed for the Blue Beetle movie, when it was revealed that Xolo Maridueña, the actor who plays Miguel from Cobra Kai, will be taking on the role, I was initially just on board from the start because I'm a really huge fan of that show and I really like his work on Cobra Kai. You know, he's very charismatic and he's, you know, had experience with like action sequences and like stunts in that show, so that perfectly translates into like a movie like Blue Beetle. And the set photos that came out around that time as well, because everyone was on board, including me, because it was literally just the most comic accurate suit, or at least one of the most comic accurate suits, like just ripped straight from the comic book. Like they got it to the detail. Everything just looks, you know, right. And it seems like from the trailer that we got, and a lot of the actors in the movie have a really organic family dynamic that works really well for the character like Jaime Reyes, as you know, he's very like family oriented, you know, with like his Hispanic heritage. And there's a lot of potential for cool action sequences as seen in the trailer, since Blue Beetle's powers and abilities would make for some really unique fight scenes on the big screen, and you know, as the suit is equipped with weapons and gadgets that can be showcased in visually aesthetic stunning ways, and you can really take some creative liberties when it comes to its visuals. You know, whether you can manifest like a bunch of weapons that, you know, could really be cool to really help him stand out as a character. And just overall, it just looks like a fun movie. You know, it has a really upbeat tone. You know, I don't know about the song choice.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking about it when I did it.
I thought that was a little weird, but you know, the actual trailer itself looks really fun. Looks like a good time. I can see why it could fit really well into the new DC universe. Doesn't really connect to anything. The only connection it made was like a Batman reference at the end of the trailer, but that could just easily just be the James Gunn's version. The film could also have a lot of possibilities with having Jaime Reyes as a character have a lot of crossovers in the future, like just beyond, like after James Gunn's universe has been well and established. And you know, because I've seen in the trailer, you know, Cord Industries, you know, exists in this universe. I don't know if Ted Cord himself will make an appearance. I don't know if he's already died or if he doesn't exist. I don't really know who the main villain is, but I know that Ted Cord and Booster Gold have a lot of crossover. I've had crossovers before in the comics, so I don't know if they would just do that, but it's just Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle. But more importantly, I think it would make a really good opportunity for him to team up with like a Teen Titans type team, the Justice League or Young Justice, as he's a, you know, he's a young character, so he has a lot of potential for character growth alongside younger superheroes around his age. Perhaps they could take a lot of inspiration from different adaptations in the future, like his role, which was very crucial in Young Justice Season 2, with the Reach and like how his Scarab played into the plot of like different alien species invading Earth, hence, you know, Young Justice Invasion. Blue Beetle as a character has a really interesting backstory that could translate really well to the big screen. You know, as you see in the trailer, after he discovers the Scarab, he learns how to control his powers and navigate this new life as a hero while also dealing with his own personal struggles that I hope they really dive into. You know, having his like superhero life while also having his internal personal life struggles. And I really like the fact that like his family knows from the jump. You know, I think it's very cliche and, you know, overdone. It's like, oh, I gotta keep this for my family. It's like, yeah, his family knows from the jump, so that's a really good way to just introduce him to that life. You know, obviously, you know, Jaime Reyes would implement some diversity to the DC universe in a way that feels organic and not forcefully inserted like it was written by a white woman with every social hashtag in their bio. Yeah, and from the reception I've seen so far, many people with similar ethnicities seems to take the adaptation of Jaime Reyes pretty well. You know, overall, there's just many reasons as to why Blue Beetle would be a perfect fit for the DCU reboot. You know, he's a young hero, he has really interesting backstory, and his powers and abilities would make for some really amazing action sequences and character dynamics, along with other superheroes and crossovers in this new DCU.